Hello, here is an AYD League game that black won by resignation, but actually white was off to a good start. Then later on, all kind of unforced errors here and there, and eventually white collapsed on the bottom. So let's see the tactical issues in this particular game. The opening was very modern, like a top professional game. Here there are three options for white. One is to play the Sansan at R17, the other one is the inside approach, and a very common way is to approach all the way to C12. So these are the three main moves to consider. Also, white can just go for his own Shimari. So among these three top options, white took the inside approach, which is fine. Black defense, then we have a modern follow-up here. So far so good, but the extension doesn't have to be 2-space jump. It's usually just 1-space jump here. This is a Joseki that doesn't have to be confused with the one where white plays the slide and then 2-space jump. This is a different story, similar but slightly different. So here white doesn't want to play a 1-space jump because it's over concentrated, and 2-space jump is the proper way to make a base. But in this situation, you want to play a 1-space jump because if black just turns, then it works very well to block with the tiger mount, and the Atari doesn't bother in the top because the turn is not going to be sente. So black doesn't want to turn here at O16. But when you play a loose move like this 2-space jump, black can play M16 and right after that the turn. So on this turn you gotta connect or play the wedge and then connect, which means black got all those moves in sente, so black got a bit stronger and he can work for his moe on the right side. So there's the difference between the 1-space jump and the 2-space jump here. For black it's good enough just to push here once and you cannot block anymore. You gotta play Nobi. So now the position is slightly better for black locally. If Hane here, like in the position where white has M17, black can go Atari, Atari again and connect, and that's a disaster for white. So black could punish this right away with a shoulder hit, then a cover. But this is a big point. Also, for black it's interesting to play E3 right now. Well, in general, when Sansan is played early, it can be bad. So white plays calm, in sente, then the big point on the left side. This is still quite urgent and one of the big moves in Fuseki, especially when black has the 2-space high Shimari. So now black approaches the corner. In this case, white has many options on the bottom side. So any kind of pincer here like H4, J3 or the tight one, all these moves are okay. Because usually when white plays a pincer, black will jump out and this induces the defense on the left side. It's the same with the loose pincer. A loose pincer works very well with the 3 stones wall. So black will put some pressure here. Let's say something like this happens. Well, if black defends the corner, it's fine. White will continue with the attack on the bottom side. And if black plays something on the bottom just to secure the group, so let's say something like this, now white still got time to attach in the top left corner. Anyway, yeah, this is the follow-up from C12, but white should consider the bottom side because it's more open and interesting to try to catch it. So here black made a mistake. Black should cover. Actually, black should fight with Atari, connect, Nobi, and now see whether white will block this way or this way and jump out. Because if white saves the stones in the top, black can push and cut, and now catch the 2 stones this way to keep the group connected. So that shows more fighting spirit from black's part. When black played Atari here, his follow-up should be cover. Then when white goes Atari, black can go down, white connects, black can push one time, white will connect, and now black has to capture the stone in the top. And it's still a fight, but black kept the corner, and now he fights for the outside. So playing just the connection in the corner, it feels very good for white, because when white turns, it's gonna hurt half of the Shimari, and also white hits center. So this happened in the game. So this makes the opening slightly better for white. Here after the push, black should Nobi again. It's quite large. But this d5, it's also a big point. I mean, black doesn't worry so much about the hane and double hane, which is going to happen later in the game, but it's a nice sequence for white to follow up. So white defends here, very good. Then one space jump, also fine. Black goes all the way to m3. M3 is actually a pretty good extension. Usually here, black pushes along a couple of times, and it's good enough to extend to the middle of the side, k3 or l3. Because even if white makes a little base with a 2-space jump, white ends up over concentrated with the wall. So black doesn't have to go that close. But with m3, obviously, black wants to attack the 3 stones as strong as he can. So white played an invasion, a pincer, a counter pincer with fighting spirit, which is good. Black does the same. Now Keima. This Keima doesn't work so well. So first of all, the 3 stones are a little bit weak. Therefore, white should play r6 to see how black will react in the corner. Black can block here, or black can nobi, or black can play the hane. And this can give white a stronger position. So let's say white plays this move. If black Atari connect, then black needs to protect or to get ahead. Now white can cut once to see whether black will take the stone or connect, push along couple of times. And now being so strong, it's much easier to play Kosumi here than a hane or a jump. So you push black into the wall. But first you gotta prepare, make the wall. Now of course, black can just nobi, but this will result in a hane in the corner. Now when black blocks, you can go for a trade Joseki, like this. And even if you leave k3 behind, first you make black suffer on the right side, so you reinforce the 3 stones again. So it's really important to play something here first, see how black reacts. Let's say something like this happens, then Kosumi. Kosumi is the right move in this case. The Keima, black can attach, and the stones are quite far away to try a connection underneath. So what happened here, white got a little bit lucky to connect his stones. So white tries the combination in the corner. This Atari is good. And now this attach, but it's wishful thinking. This is not supposed to connect. I mean, if P2 it's at O2, it's a different story. But here, black separates, that's good. White crosscut, and here black made a mistake. Black doesn't have to capture the stone yet. He needs to play Atari from the outside. And now this is a disaster, because when white pulls back, black will capture, so white's groups are not connected. And if white comes out here, black can catch the stone, and there is no more connection at m4. So in this position, black is taking back the lead. Before, a few moves ago, white was okay, and all of a sudden, it's a disaster. Now, black took the stone, and now white can connect on the outside, which is fine. And here, white doesn't have to play Atari. White can just connect an mc4, because black doesn't want to play a move like n5 anyway, and black cannot play a move like o3 anymore. If black pushes here, white is already connected. If black plays other moves, this Atari will come very handy for I shape. But when you play Atari here, n5, black can go o3, then connect. So it just makes this n5 look a little bit wasted and over concentrated. It's like you play the connection, then when white goes o3, instead of cut and capture that stone, naturally white is scared and plays n5. So it's just weird to have this formation on the board. You gotta think about these kind of small details during the game, and then decide which connection to play. Obviously, black wants to cut n4, so if you play a move elsewhere, if he cuts here and connects now, white is in trouble. So you gotta play the move that he wants to play. No need to find more fancy moves. This Kosumi is big on the right side, so now white can play here, but black is probably not going to answer. Another big move for white is to hane in the top, which actually happened in the game. This is nice. So now the game is kind of 50-50. And here, yeah, this is a pretty large point. But for white, it's also very big to play d7 to increase the left side. So when black captures the top stones like this, white will... it's good for white to add another stone and sacrifice everything, because there are more forcing moves from the outside like this. And then jump again. So all of a sudden, this box grows, the box grows very nice on the left side. This push, it's okay because it's threatening the Q13 shoulder hit, which actually it's a move to play right away. Because when black turns here, you can always no-b and it's not such a big deal. And when black plays here, you play a one-space jump and keep the right side low. So normally white can just connect, but it feels a little bit slack because now black will push several times here and then in the top and then increase the right side. So the connection at h16 might be a little bit slack in this case, but the push here at d7, it's quite large. And even the move here, it's pretty okay. So now black will catch the top stones, but it's better to descend, connect. And when black plays here, you can use the Atari from the outside, but it's also okay to play Atari and go with the driving combination and more Ataris if black captures here another Atari. And if this kind of situation happens, white can even connect and later play these forcing moves. So that's why in general it's good to add another stone and sacrifice all together 2 or 3 stones, because you get all these outside forcing moves. So just playing Atari here, black captures and there is no more Aji. And this move is too loose. So the thing is, black wants to push d7. When you play a Keima like this, black can still push here. And if you block, he will push through, then cut and capture the corner. So this means on this push, you gotta play no-b. If he pushes here, you block, he will push again, cut, then cut in the corner, connect, then cut here, go out and catch the stone. So white got punished. White played the Keima and then he lost it. Therefore, the shape is still solid block. Strong players play straight line formations. Also, it's possible to play Kosumi because he's not going to be cut, but somehow black didn't punish. So he pushed here and then he cut in the corner. Actually, black should turn d7 first to see how white reacts. If white blocks, obviously Atari, it's a disaster. So white has to no-b. Then black can push again to create more cutting points. And now black should cut at b5 to see whether white will connect one way or capture. And now again there are more forcing moves. So all black does here is sacrifice a few stones on the left side to take a position in the center. So black played the inside cut, and now white can actually connect here, because now things are different. Black has the no Suji in the corner, white will capture the stone, and that's pretty much it. But black didn't punish white anymore. Now e8 Keima looks to be in the right place. And if black tries to catch the 2 stones with a no-b, it doesn't work. Because white is not going to Hane and lose them, white can stretch out, make more liberties, and then block. And this semi, it's always won by white by 1 liberty. Because black will cut and go down, but even after the squeeze here, there are 4 liberties against 3. So when black plays here, white captures faster. So in the end, white didn't lose anything. It's actually black who's losing points, because black lost those stones, plus the sacrifice and everything. And in the end, it only got the 16 and 18 moves in Sente. So overall, this is good for white. But white took the stone. So now black can still use the Atari and push through and keep pushing Atari and capture this guy. So white doesn't have to no-b here. It's better to block, because obviously black can cut here to pretend to prepare the double Atari or start Atari. But now black has to come back and capture this stone. White Atari from behind, and now white is sent to do something on the right side. So this way black just pushed through, and now the Keima, oops, got punished and separated. So it feels too good for black. So this was like a cascade of unforced errors, both for black and white. First, black had the right idea to punish, then white could somehow dodge that, but in the end, black still managed to separate. So here, white can only no-b. Playing the Han is too much because of this Atari, and now when you catch 1 stone, he takes the other one, and when you connect here, he captures the 3 stones. That's a problem. So Atari, very good. Then take. Ouch. So if you look at these stones here, this one, then the Hane and the other one, they just got lost. So obviously the local fight here didn't go so well for white. That Punuki might not be so big, so the jump here to reduce it's fine. White, it's okay in that area. In fact, it's okay to block, because even if black cuts, white can extend and still fight. It's not a problem, that's a wall. And if black tries some ko, this ko can backfire, because when white captures, black is in Atari. So no need to be too scared about the situation here. The cut is good, then gotta jump out, that's fine. Not so easy to capture those two stones, it's too direct to go like this. So first, preparation. Try to reduce the right side. And then go on a large scale. So for example, this kind of jump, and try to catch these stones and also make some box in the center. This was just too obvious. Black escaped. Yeah, black is too strong in the middle to manage to kill those guys. In fact, for black, it's good enough just to play solid. Also, the tiger mouth here should be okay. And on this Atari from the outside and Nobi. Black it's out. And now it's difficult for white on territory, because black got a lot on the right side. And here it's not so easy to reduce. Yeah, now it's probably pretty much over. So that cut on the left side was too expensive. Wait. So black can try this move, threatening the cuts. If white connects, black cuts like this. And if white connects here, black cuts this way. But yeah, black doesn't need to cut, just keep the territory on the side. White has to play Atari. This is a bit too much. Black can actually just pull back. On this move, cut and fight. Yeah, that was actually sneaky. So if black plays here, white can Atari and connect, and now black is in trouble in the corner. So yeah, black has to play Atari under. And here it's good to take right away, because there are more cuts on the outside. When white plays here, black links. If white plays this one, cut through. But obviously, black is taking the safe route. So here on this Atari, black can counter Atari, white captures a stone, and Nobi. Because black is giving this stone, but he kills the one on the side with some surrounding territory. It's a good trade for him. White should just connect, or take the stone. That's a strange attempt to try to cut those guys. Black can just keep things simple here. And now white tried too hard. So when white captures, black goes Atari from the outside. White can play here, black blocks, Atari, connect, and defend. And this way, white keeps all connected while trashing the middle. Now it's difficult to escape with those guys. So black just killed more stones. Nothing to do. Self Atari and boom. That's a good excuse to resign this game. So the beginning was quite okay for white, but once white played this game on the left side, things went south. So enjoy the review and pay attention to these unforced errors next games.